Welcome to the No More Black Tears podcast. As always, it's your most graceful host, season of building with me. I got,
Yo, it's Verteezy.
and we got a special guest with us tonight.
Jeezy. Straight out the AUG.
Your boy OJ Juice, man. We in here, 706 Stunner.
So tell me something, fellas, man. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. How about you, bro?
Yeah, man. Everything cool, man. Chill out.
Feeling good, feeling great.
Hey, Vert, what we sipping on tonight?
And we got that white Hennessy in the house, that white Hennessy. You know, I'm sipping on that Uncle Nearest as usual.
Anything else? We got
Got
anything
the
else?
goose.
We got that Grey Goose. Feeling loose. All right, tonight, people, we got two topics today. We got eating to live versus living to eat. Basically, health, that type of thing. And then also, we got the Supreme Court case, 3 cases that recently went past. As always, we got the TNTs that boom that dynamite, and we always got to ask that one question: what's wrong with these hoes, man? Hey, we gonna jump off in it real quick, man. Eating to live versus living to eat, man. That's diets, stuff in the food, lifestyle. How you feel about it, man? Rose, what you got, man?
Yeah, so I think it's a big subject for me. I'm always trying to eat right or trying to do the best that I can do. I don't eat pork or any red meat or no beef. I stick to mostly chicken and turkey. I would like sometimes not eat any meat at all, but you know what I'm saying? I'm black, so I gotta have my turkey, my chicken, and my watermelon. You know what I'm saying? I hate to be a stereotype, but you know what I'm saying? It's good fruit and good protein. So, you know what I'm saying? I also just started growing some tomatoes. I got some cucumbers I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? Got the plants going. So just trying to live that green life, man. More green in the house, more green in my pocket. Ferteezy.
Yeah, man. For me personally, I would just say eat what you want, man. Try not to overindulge in nothing. But we see on the news all the time, man. Some people who are vegans get hit by a bus tomorrow, and some people who eat nothing but meat and smoke cigarettes and be perfectly healthy till they're 95. So I understand the value of eating right and living right, but
This is coming from the biggest person on the pod.
it is.
Fat ass.
It is, but
Facts.
ask me when I go to my doctor, do I got a health issue? So, hey, man, just eat what you want to eat, man, and do what makes you feel good.
I would say yes because you was wheezing coming inside the house.
Juice, man, what you got, man?
Walking up the block.
Okay, when it comes to this food situation, I don't know. Eating healthy is always been a good thing. But it's crazy how now eating healthy is more expensive to eating whatever you want. I remember back in the day, we didn't always have a whole lot. So we always had to eat healthy coming up. And we ate healthy not because we wanted to, because it was the cheapest food. Eating healthy was the cheaper thing to do. So I came up eating healthy. So then it's like I still want to eat the same thing I came up on because I realized, oh, it's good for me, it's healthy. But now it costs twice as much as junk food. And that gets to me. I'm like, how the hell can the poor food now become the expensive food? And everybody trying to eat like they poor. I'm like, come on.
So what's poor food?
A
Write
salad.
it down.
A salad.
That's poor food.
Rice. Whole grains, wheat.
Yeah.
All that stuff
So-
is still cheap though.
No.
Salads,
No.
grains and rice.
Yeah,
It is.
$15 cheap to you?
Yeah, what you talking about?
$15 ain't cheap.
A salad don't cost $15.
Zaxby's.
I mean, food in general.
No,
food
you're
in
supposed to
general
buy
is
it from the
expensive
store.
anyway, man.
Like you buy a bag of salad for $5 and that'll last you like 4 days.
That's still okay.
Ooh,
Still,
I eat a salad. Nigga, that's one meal, nigga.
Not a big bag of salad.
Nigga, that's half a meal.
Hey, I feel you though, Juice, man.
That's
I mean,
a meal for me, bro.
ask yourself how much does like soda cost? Like they got these big gallons of sodas. It's like 99 cents a Family Dollar.
And a bottle of water, $2.
preach. You see what I'm saying?
MGZ, man, what you got, bro?
Yeah, I'm eating to live, man. And like I said, man, I'm all into fasting,
Come on to the mic, man. Talk to the
eating
mic.
good, eating healthy, eating vital. You know what I'm saying? It's idle, man.
Yeah,
I like my protein, coming from, meats like fish and, and chicken and, the white meat, the turkey. But, like I said, man, there's a lot of food that people consume, man, and they don't understand why they having certain problems with the body and feeling sluggish. It's all in what you eat, what you consume. I love to fast, go a couple of days without eating certain foods. just drinking waters. And, that's how I live, man. I've been the same weight, man, since high school. 190, locked in. I get bigger, and then once I fast, I lose the weight, but I'm not, out here just trying to eat, eat, eat. Sometimes when I eat meat, I feel like I'm chewing that junk, man.
Hmm.
Junk be tough, man. I mean,
You gotta
grilling,
you gotta
like a
get a steak
fucking
once in a
lion out
while,
that
man.
bitch, man. So,
That's
you
what
know,
Mama said. You need to eat a
food,
steak once in a while.
yeah, it's different things, man. Different flavors you got every day, man. You got to taste for something different every day. Some people that eat burgers every day, but I can't do it. That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like I said, I'm trying to live to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or what? Or should I say that backwards? Eat to live.
Eat to live.
Right.
Yeah. Either way, I'm trying to live healthy. I'm trying to live a long time so I can see my kids grow up and accomplish all their goals and dreams. So you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be around for a while. And I ain't trying to be pushed around in no strolling when I'm 80. You know what I'm saying. I know we gonna go backwards, but I ain't trying to go backwards too fast.
Yeah. And man, for me, man, it's really a big subject, but we're gonna keep it, kind of concise. But basically, it's like, all right, what we grew up with is now I'm finding out a lot of stuff is different. Like you said, y'all made some great points with healthy food is more expensive now. So it's like in general, food's expensive, but it's like the healthier stuff, the stuff that's better for you.
Yeah, fruits, like especially fruits. The fruits are like, but the way you get around like with the fruits is you have to buy your fruits whole or go to like
Farmers
a
market.
or a farmer's market, and then instead of buying stuff that's already packaged and everything, you got to cut it up yourself.
Yeah. And then one of the biggest things is convenience. So it's like you look at the stuff your grandparents ate, your mom, people that lived in the country, not even that, people from other countries. The food was more, it didn't have all these chemicals, preservatives. Why is 100 certain foods in the states that's allowed by the USDA and the EPA and all these other organizations are banned in like 89 countries around the world?
And that's crazy. Like even with like I was reading something with the ketchup.
Yeah.
And like in Canada, they don't have the certain things of the same ketchup brand that's in the United States.
And it costs the same damn amount.
Yeah, so it's like you think about it, like why is that?
It's crazy because it's like I'm just thinking about what you eat. When I was living in Europe, man, I ate, nigga, I ate all the time.
All the
We had
time.
picnics and all that, full salads, pasta, wine, festivals, steaks, all that
Brunch.
pork. I was eating everything, but I was losing weight. I was walking around. I was more active, but that's still not. I could eat all day and I wasn't gaining weight. I come back to the States, I'm eating normal food, everyday stuff, and I'm gaining the weight back. So it just says, the stuff they pumping in the food in the States is,
Steroids.
and you didn't have all this cancer and high cholesterol. And it's like now I'm finding out about they call it the top five, but it's basically five chemicals that you find in most foods, drinks, packaged foods, fruits, all them snack packs kids be eating and all that stuff. It's all damaging, man. It's crazy to see. It's like we supposed to be one of the greatest nations in the world, but look at us, man. We the most obese, we the sickest. So it's crazy to see, man. It's like, and then you got all these diets. So everybody got alkaline diet. Rest in peace, Dr. Sebi. And it's like I feel like there's a lot of validity to these diets that are coming up. But to me, it's not really the vegan diet or the vegetable diet. I think it's more so
How you
where
like
you
them Impossible Whoppers?
look at the
Never
sodium.
tried it.
Look at the sodium on
You
that
know
shit.
what is it consumed of? What is it?
Pea protein or some
But
bullshit.
hey, but you don't know what you eat unless
They
you
let
grow
you
it
they let
yourself.
you grow it yourself.
And that's why I keep up on my vegetables and stuff like that. But still, those have chemicals as well added to them. But
GMO's a big
hey,
factor.
but I like a lot of produce, man, and I like to go to the farmers market. The little things they got downtown. People selling their fruits and veggies, out their garden. It's good, man. And I try to, yeah, I'm avid fisher, and I try to go consume my meals like that, man. And eating different types of meats, like venison, thinking, okay, these ain't eating, they ain't eating the same things that these, farm based animals are, like cows. You know what I'm saying? They ain't being pumped in the same way. You know, I like eating the wild animals, man. I like the goats, man. You know, people on people's farms, man. They still getting pumped up, but hey, you can get your own goat. You know what I'm saying? Raise them up and eat them. You know the Bible talk, man.
That's
You know,
what's
you
up.
make a sacrifice unto the Lord, man.
What you got, man?
Things
See,
like
my
that,
final
man.
thoughts on this is, I was listening to what you said about America being obese. I think sometimes we go too far left and too far right. With everything, it's moderation.
It
Like
really
whatever you're
is,
gonna
bro.
do it in moderation. You can eat fried chicken. Don't eat it every goddamn day
That's
now.
the problem. People eating
You know,
Popeyes every damn day.
you can have a soda, but don't drink soda every day. You can drink liquor. Hey, me and Rose, we have a drink now and then, but we ain't drinking Monday through Sunday now. So at the end of the day, like whatever you're gonna do, it got to be moderation. You was talking about other countries. I know I talked to MGH recently. You know, when you go to some of these other countries, things are kind of like in walking distance, so they walk a lot more than we do in America to go get stuff. So that's another thing too. Rose, I talk to him all the time. He walk every morning. Try to be active too. So if you know you're not eating very right, try to be active in your day, man. Even if it's just let me walk around my block real quick or whatever. You know.
I'm gonna add one thing in there too with that, like you said, in moderation, and it's also your portion sizes too. So if you're listening and you're trying to work on something, your weight, or you're trying to focus on a particular part of your body, focus on your portion sizes. Like sometimes you can, like you said, you can eat what you want to eat if you want to eat what you want to eat, but just watch your portion sizes because it doesn't take that much food. And as human beings, we really only have to eat once every 2 days. And technically, and most people should really only eat once a day. But we really have to eat once every 2 days because that gives us time to
Actually digested.
digest all the food and get all the chemicals and stuff out of your body before you start adding some more to your body. So
And that's added on to what MGZ said, man. It's pretty much like fasting is a big thing. Once you start your body, the way your body detoxing is a real thing. But another thing is don't get so caught up in these fad diets like the alkaline water and alkaline diet. Alkaline water only lasts so long, so don't get caught up in that. And you got so many health gurus on the internet, and you got to figure out what works for your body specifically. But let's also be conscious of what we're allowing companies to put into our food in America. It's like we're simply standing by and letting Monsanto and all these other big corporations put
Hey,
chemicals and
hey,
GMOs
what
and all
it?
this other stuff.
Hey,
They put an oil-based
as a
chemicals
consumer, what you
in
say
your medicine.
in your food, bro? You got to eat it, man. That's this what's available in our country, man. Pumped up shit, that we gotta eat.
Let's gonna go into a
You gotta
topic.
know in your body.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
final.
everybody body different, man. What's putting weight on you ain't putting weight on me.
True.
We eating the same thing, but you getting big. I ain't.
hmm
We eating the same steak. For 30 days, we eat the same shit. It ain't going to affect you like it
You
affect
gain
me,
30
man.
pounds, I
exactly.
You know
gained
what I'm
3.
saying?
It's
So
not.
you got to understand, man. Your body, everybody's an individual. Hey, understand, man. Food ain't the only thing that put weight on you. Food ain't the only thing that is what you consume, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Even in your brain, even in your thoughts, even what you hear. Is hey, understand, man. It's not just food alone, man.
Yeah, but just to wrap up the subject, man, pretty much be conscious of what you put in your body. You're gonna see it in a lot of legislation in the next few years. California just recently did it. They're banning those top 5. Do some research, look them up. The top 5 banned substances, and just be more conscious, be more active, and just know what's going on around you, what you eating, what you consuming, and the same thing with your mind, your body. Be active, but do some research, pay attention, be conscious of it. And to end it on that, anybody got any final thoughts on that, man?
Hey man, speaking of food, sees
Let's roll to that TNTs.
Man, speaking of food, man, we got that dynamite, that TNT, man. Man,
TNT
Vert,
Dynamite.
what happened with this damn DoorDash shit, man?
well, if y'all was listening to the podcast a few weeks ago when it was me and Rose, we was talking about tipping culture, right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
So there was this white DoorDasher that had to deliver the pizza, had a $5 tip. Knocked on the door, gave the lady the pizza.
Go back for a second because you need to tell them how much the food was compared to how much the tip was. That counts a lot.
I don't know how much the food was. How much food was
It was like $20.
Oh, it was $20. Cool. Cool. I saw it was only one pizza, so I didn't think it was that much. But so he delivered the little $20 pizza. It was a $5 tip. It was a really nice house in a nice neighborhood. Gave the woman her food and said, "This is a really nice fucking house for a $5 tip."
And then said, F you.
And it said, "Fuck you." Hey, Juice Man.
Yeah.
Tear or no tear?
With the tear, no tear. You always give me with the tear or no tear. I don't know. I can't say tear or no tear, but now fuck him. Fire his ass.
No tears. Fuck you.
Cause bruh, your tip was supposed to be $2. I gave you $5. That nigga can't count. White boy can't count. You supposed to get a $2 tip. I gave you a $5 bill. You supposed to be kissing my dick. Like, nigga, get real.
Why you go so hard?
$5 tips for $20. That's pretty good though.
Damn good.
That's 20%.
Yes.
Damn good. You supposed to be kissing the rings on my pinky finger. Like nigga.
I'll take that back. That's 25%.
Bruh, is he for real? Man, no tears for this. They should have fired his ass.
MGZ. Tears or no tears?
Yeah, I ain't having no tears for that guy. You know, you go to somebody. Yeah, this your job, bro, to deliver food. They don't have to tip you nothing. They don't have to tip you a thing, man. Nothing, bro. Bring my food, man. You get paid by a third party, man, not by me, man. You know what I'm saying? You the delivery, man. I don't tip UPS when they drop my fucking packages off. Do I?
You
Come
ain't
on, man.
gonna
Make you ain't tip me. I'm dropping your package off at your door.
You ain't gonna
Get out of
tip
here.
You go to
that
the mail lady, man?
Do you?
Hell
The
no.
mailman come every day. How much tip he get, man?
Does.
Nothing.
Hey, let him
You
cook.
want a DoorDash? You want an Uber Lyft? Nigga, hey, this is what you getting paid, bro.
So
This
if it
your
was-
hourly rate.
If it was Uber Eats, would you pay it
Hey,
more?
I'm not paying them.
More?
I go get my own shit.
DoorDash, Uber
Fuck that,
Eats.
man. I take a lift there and eat my shit there, man, and get a lift back, nigga.
So you
I'd
ain't
tip
gonna tip the Lyft driver?
Nigga, no, for what, nigga? You gonna fucking you tip the taxi driver, nigga?
Yeah, you got to.
Nah,
You're
man.
supposed to.
Nah, bruh. Hey, this what you get paid. Hey, this your hourly rate, bro. They got you working for $6 and you looking for tip. Nah, nigga, not for me. Gratuity, man. Don't put that shit in my tip, nigga. I'm gonna walk out on
So you got 6 people in your party, bro. You ain't tipping that?
shit.
Gratuity's already in there. You
dog.
ain't gonna tip them a little?
See,
Hey, we done
tears or
paid
no
to come-
tears.
Man,
Hey.
I ain't got no tears, man.
We done paid you motherfucking people, man. One meal paid you for the week, nigga. Get out of here,
Hey,
bro.
we should just mic drop on that shit, man.
Not me.
Hey, MGZ just went in. We should mic drop
Hey.
on that shit. But be for me, man, they get ungrateful, man. Like, how you expect somebody to tip you
Ungrateful.
more because you got a nice house and shit?
Fucking
You don't know what the fuck bills I got, man. Ain't no tears for that shit, man.
Definitely.
Matter of fact, DoorDashers can pick the meals how much the meal is. It's a $5 meal or whatever. They got choices. They can know where to go. They don't know where to go. Ain't no tears for that shit, man. Bert, what
Hey.
you got, man?
Yo, it's Verteezy, man. I ain't got no tears. As someone that use DoorDash on the regular, I normally tip a couple dollars. When I saw that, I was like, man, this motherfucker ungrateful. $5, that's a great tip. Especially as someone who uses DoorDash, and I get told by a lot of, people on DoorDash, man, it's a lot of motherfuckers, to speak what, MGZ was saying, don't tip at all. So if I send you anything, hey, be grateful. Because there's a lot of people out here that's not tipping at all. So I ain't got no tears.
I got tears for that lady because she wasn't expecting that. She was just trying to get her pizza and eat, and then she did that. Just ruined her night. So I got tears for her. What we got next up?
Man, and speaking of houses, going to people's houses, man, it's snowing at the White House. These motherfuckers talking about they found cocaine in a heavily trafficked room in the White House.
A heavily trafficked room.
Basically, a lot of people go in that motherfucker.
Nah, they be trafficking in that room. That's what you just said.
Juice, man, what you got, bro? I know you got some shit for this one.
They got heavy traffic in that room.
Got coke in the White House. I think they always had coke in the White House. That's just something that's normally there. Coke, weed, whatever. You got to be high.
That's why they
to
call
work
it
at
the White
that job.
House.
It's the White House. Like, that's why they call it the White House, because they got the white stuff. So it just makes sense to have coke in the White House. It is what it is. You know,
So
they mad because they don't know who coke it is.
they just want to.
That's what they mad about. That's the problem.
MGZ, what you got, man?
Hey man, you know who left the coke in the White House? Like fucking Trump supporters, nigga. When they broke in that bitch, nigga, shit dropped out their pocket, nigga, and they just finding that shit now, nigga. Like, what's going on? Come on, man. It been coke in the White House, man. It been coke from goddamn since they built the White House, man. Because they were the ones who making the White House.
George
coke,
Washington
nigga.
and shit.
They the one making the shit, giving it to the slaves so they could work their ass off for nothing.
I don't think that's what happened. I don't
What
think
you
that's
mean, nigga? You give a base a fucking rock, nigga.
I don't
he
think that's
gonna
what the fuck
fucking
happened, but hey,
Shit,
you got your story. You got your story, bro. Rose, what you got, bro?
Been around, nigga.
I ain't got no tears for the coke in the White House. I don't really care about the coke in the White House. The White House is white, so we need to have some coke in there. So Coca-Lina.
And then Bert, what you got, man? Verteezy, man.
Hey, man. My vice president is black. The White House is white.
She ain't black.
Coke is
she
white,
Indian.
too.
She ain't black. She Indian.
So, as far as I'm concerned, hey, man, let the motherfuckers do coke. No tears.
Man, I ain't got no tears, bro. Like everybody else said, we know they've been doing. It's DC. All the motherfuckers do drugs. Congress, the judge down the street. What the mayor of DC? Wasn't he on
That's
crack?
why they went to Afghanistan for the opium.
Hey,
opioid, nigga. It's a pandemic in America.
My man cracking in other episodes,
on,
man. We're gonna have to talk about
coke
that.
From South America. Opium for the goddamn Middle East.
I thought it was oil.
Yeah,
I thought it was
pretty
oil.
much no
fucking drugs, man.
No tears for that shit.
All the pills.
Pretty much no tears for that shit. But hey,
tears.
it might be a political move because they let the word get out. So it's a certain president's son involved with some shit. But we'll say that shit for another episode. Next, man. Bert, man, what we got next?
Hey, so recently, man, black people, we know about police brutality. There was an older black couple, and the husband was stopped. He was suspected of shoplifting. Police had him detained. The wife was recording. The other officer approached her aggressively and tackled her to the ground, trying to cuff her.
Pretty much body slammed her to the ground.
Yeah. If you saw the video, he picked up and slammed her. Hey, this ain't nothing new in America, so I'm gonna start this off. Man, I got tears, man, because you shopping, you buy some stuff, and someone suspects you of shoplifting. I'm pretty sure it was a white person who, made that call to them people too. Respect to our white audience. But, this is the problem, man. This is why black people feel the way we do when it comes to authority and when we go out in public. And this is one of the reasons why this podcast is a big advocate, will always be a big advocate for black businesses. Because when we go places and we spend our money, we want to be treated like anyone else. And for us to spend our money in a place, and for someone to be like, hey, I don't think you can afford that, and you gonna call the police on me and mine, and then now we getting harassed on a regular Saturday or Monday or whatever. Hey man, I got long tears for that, man.
Man, Rose, what you got, man?
Of course I have tears. I don't even have to even say anything. Y'all know I got tears. You know how I feel about my people. You know what I'm saying? The good die mostly over bull crap. And I don't mean, I'm talking about sugar honey iced tea. But I said crap to replace it. So, but just because stuff like that, man. I got tears for that lady. I got tears for her family and everything. I don't know what was going on with the husband, but I know she was minding her business and just recording. And the officer ain't had no business going over putting no hands on her and slamming her to the ground like he did. So, man, I got plenty of tears for her, man. They're still coming down my face.
MGZ, what you got?
I got tears, man, for the lady, man. But man, I hate watching videos on the internet because you never get the full story. You don't know what happened, what was said before, prior to a video on the internet, man. You don't know the outcome. You don't know what's going on. But I got tears for the woman because she was just, exercising her constitutional right to record the police in their actions, and she was manhandled. Like she said, "Don't be manhandling me." Then she was maced by this officer, man. Like, come on, man. You don't see videos like this with black officers manhandling white women like this, or white officers manhandling white women like this, man. It's always women of color, experiencing these kind of things. Anybody of color, so it's like Hey, I got tears, man, and they gonna forever fall, man, because this is America.
Yeah, man. We got,
Jeez.
man. We say, what do we say? America with three Ks. That's America with three Ks. What did KRS One said? That's the sound of the beast, man. But
Whoop, whoop.
anytime we got bullshit like this happens, it's just another story. It's just always happening. I got tears for the situation, tears for the lady. Hey, man, this is why people have problems with the police like this, man. But we gonna wrap it up on that one, man. Vert, we got the next one, bro.
Hey man, towards one of the blackest sports in America, the NBA is going to have their Final Four. For those who don't know, this season coming up, they're going to have an in-season tournament for the NBA so that players can actually stay in the games and play. And at the end of that, they're going to do a Final Four like in college. It's going to be held in Vegas, and the winning team will get $500,000 apiece. So first of all, C's, what you think about this Final Four being in Vegas?
Money, 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 money. It's people gonna watch it. They gonna be excited to see that shit. It's a good way to get the players motivated. Really, I ain't really got no too much thoughts about it. I think it's gonna be. Let's see how it does. It's gonna be exciting to see, man. That's all I got to say about that.
MGeezy.
Yo, I'm gonna chime in like, hey, Vegas is a tourist spot for the world. They want to come over here like Dubai is for the Middle East. They want to come to Vegas and spend money, gamble, do their shit, man. And this is the NBA's way of getting in that. They have no professional team in Vegas for the NBA. So, hey, what a way. Make this Final Four shit. But I'm saying, you biting on college, name it something else. Final Four, man, nah, man. Saying it's the Vegas shootout. It's something like that. It's something. Make it the NBA shit.
AMGs, I want to touch on what you said. I got tears, by the way, tears of joy, because I think what you just said is a bigger point that I want to touch on. The reason why the NBA is having it, besides the fact they want these players to be on vacation, have fun, be a locale to have fun, I feel like over the next couple of years, y'all pay attention. The Final Four will be held in cities that do not have NBA franchises, so they can eventually expand the league. And they've been wanting to put a team in Vegas for a while. So if the people in Vegas come out, show out, and support, that's just going to be a sign that, yes, we have the audience to have an NBA franchise. And I'm going to tell you, where next year's going to be at? And they ain't even announced it. I guarantee you, next one's probably going to be in Seattle.
It's probably might. I don't know. I don't think they might have it in Seattle, but I don't think having it in Seattle is a good idea because first of all, I ain't got no cheers for it, but it's a good idea. But the reason why they're probably not gonna have it in Seattle because it's going to be in December.
Who wants to go to Seattle?
Yeah, and then
nobody.
I know it rains a lot in Seattle, but I think isn't it cold in Seattle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is, but they play basketball inside though.
Yeah, but who wants to go up there and visit there? No one.
But yeah, like I said, I feel like it's a power grab too. People gonna watch it, and it's in Vegas, so like that's a money grab. It might be in Miami next year or wherever. But on to the next subject, man.
Recently, if you've been paying attention to ESPN, a lot of people from ESPN been laid off. Some of the biggest names: Keyshawn Johnson, Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, and one of my favorites, Max Kellerman. First of all, man, I got tears, man, because one, yeah, I know these people got money and I know they rich and stuff, but there's a lot of people who got, released that wasn't making $1 million a year. They was only making $80,000 a year or whatever. So I feel sorry for those people too.
I don't.
But as far as like people like Max, man, Max was like the face of one of the biggest shows for a couple years on First Take. And now it's like he's just low hanging fruit where he can get released. Man, I want to see. And Jalen was hosting one of my favorite shows. I used to love Jalen and Jacoby, man. So I hope both of them land on their feet. I hope they go to Fox. I was having a conversation with D. Will earlier today. I want to see Jalen Rose on Undisputed replacing Shannon. And I want to see Max replace that white lady that look like a vampire. And I want to see him be the host. And On Jeff Van Gundy, I will say this, man. This is my opinion. I know a lot of people agree with it.
Go back to coach.
Now, I want to go back to coaching. He was part of the best basketball team in the NBA. Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Mike Breen. If you like watching NBA games, those are the voices I want to hear when I watch an NBA game.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears from. I don't. It was shocking news. Only person I really was shocked the most that they released was Jalen Rose because he brings so much energy and spunk and spaz to the TV and to everything that he does, and that's one of my favorite persons. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He sent me a sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? So I got love for Jalen Rose. So that's the only person I really had any tears for. But other than that, I ain't got no tear for none of them boys. C's.
Man, for me, man, it's really tears for just the history of ESPN because it's like we talking about a lot of people that have been on there for like 12, 15 years. Jalen Rose been, the NBA for ESPN, like hand in hand. He's basically become a common name, been on so many other shows. Then you got somebody like Jeff Van Gundy, man. Like, come on. That was like the NBA for ESPN. And just having that dynamic duo between him and Mark with the voiceovers. And then there's still a lot of people, man. We're forgetting about it wasn't just the hosts and these, anchors, news anchors that got kicked off. It was people behind the scenes, like these camera people, all these other people that worked at the network. This is only the beginning of ESPN layoffs. There's gonna be a whole new face of ESPN. And then speaking of just people still there, Malik is still there, controversial as shit. Sage Steele. Disney is waiting for that fucking settlement, and I guarantee you they're gonna fire her as soon as it's over. And it's really tears for the people the good hosts. And Stephen A. Smith has some great points. He's no longer trying to be an employee; he's trying to be a product. So you might see him making his own moves. He's got his own podcast. You might see him leave eventually. He knows he's not safe, and it's a lot of other people, man.
As long as you work for somebody else, you're never gonna be safe. So as long as you work for somebody else, and I ain't got no tears, man. Tell you the truth. MGG, you want to jump in on this one?
Man, I'm gonna jump in like this. No tears for the entertainment business, because you done accumulated so much money. You accumulated so much dough that you could start your own shit. Hey, they making money to do what we doing right now. Nigga, making a podcast, bruh. Getting paid. Why you can't do that on your own? You done made $50 million doing this. Hey, start your own jank. I'm gonna have my own network. Tyler Perry it. Take over a whole city. Come on, man. Jalen Rose, Detroit, baby.
Yeah, and I feel like
What
a lot
you
of people
doing out there, man?
I feel like a lot of people are gonna do that, man. Juice Man, what you got, bro?
No tears, man.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears. But I feel where they coming from. You want to live in LA? It's money. You want to live in New York? It's money. It's amazing how, man, I have no tears from these people, man. They should have been saving. They should have been saving.
All right, so tell me one more thing. I got one question I gotta ask. I just got one question I want to ask.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
What's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them? Bertizzi, do you want to tell me what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, if I knew, I'd tell you, man. What's wrong with these hoes, man? So for those who've been on social media, man, and for those who love the Boondocks, man, the Boondocks be predicting the future, bro, just like the Simpsons. Keke Palmer, after she done had a baby, she been feeling good about herself. She was at a club or a party.
She was at the Usher concert.
Oh, it was a concert? Okay, so she had a section. So she was at the little Usher concert in a section. She was wearing a nice little black dress, see-through. Looked like she had like a little thong going and just had her ass cheeks out. And let me tell you, they look nice. They look nice. And I've been telling people for years, Keke got a body.
What picture you saw? Because the picture I saw, I couldn't get a good view.
Oh, the picture I saw, them ass cheeks was out, bro. They was out.
Nah.
I don't know what picture y'all saw. Me and MGH, y'all call them.
So why would you send us the picture that's this whack?
That blurry picture.
Yeah,
because that's all I had. But if you look at the picture,
so you want to send us that? But you had the real.
I seen
the video.
You say the good one for yourself.
I seen the video. It seemed like it was all in good taste.
But after the pic was shown or whatever, the fiance, boyfriend at the time, baby daddy, tweeted.
Children's father
tweeted, hey man, you someone's mother. Hey man, basically telling her she should be dressing more appropriately or whatever. So, since Juice Man saying it was all in good taste, hey Juice Man, what's wrong with these hoes?
Okay. I can't. Okay, with the Keke Palmer situation, it's funny to me because, yeah, what she had on was see-through, but it was in good taste to me. And the baby daddy, how you let her go out the house with that if you wasn't satisfied? Like, yo, my mama, yo, how?
But she was in Vegas, so he might not have been with her. I'm pretty sure they don't live in Vegas.
They're not together now because, yo, I'm telling you right now, what she had, it ain't like, so y'all, what y'all saying? Y'all think Usher smashed that night or something? That what y'all thinking? For real?
Bro, do you see Usher's face in this pic? Of course he smashed that night. You don't see him looking down? And he like, ooh, God. Mama, there go that cornbread.
Man, come on, please.
Yo, Jeezy, what you got,
Please,
bro?
Listen, man. Hey, man. I ain't crying by no woman, right? There's 50 million of these women throwing their ass everywhere,
But it's only
bro.
one Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer, man. Hey, what about goddamn Holly? This shit, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, my thing
Everybody
is,
got their taste. They gonna pick. Hey, they gonna do what they want, man. If Usher smash, he smash, right? He got the bread to pay for it.
You got some
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
come on,
The baby
man.
daddy, I think he's a bum. Who the fuck
Who
is
is
this
he?
dude?
Who
Exactly.
is
I
he?
think
Who
he's
is
like
this
an
dude?
ex-NFL player or something.
Man, this
He
nigga had no
ex,
room to
man.
talk at
Come
all.
on, man.
Like, bro. Okay, bro.
This
Oh,
was your
bro.
wife wearing. You
Bruh.
knew that before.
I'm
You know
trying
what
to tell you.
She
That's what
been
I'm
wearing
saying.
that.
Man.
That's a bathing suit. Nigga, come on, man.
Rose, what you got for this, man?
Come on.
I ain't got no love for this hoe. Man,
Never, nigga.
but man, I don't really care about what she had on. I don't really care what she had on. It was she had the lace like everybody else said. They wear bathing suits to the pool. It's like it ain't like she was like butt naked like some of these girls go out and be
Exactly.
like that. Especially like the one of them chicks we saw in Miami. It wasn't like that. So it's like I ain't had no problems with it. If the boyfriend, the children's father, if you had a problem with it, why you on social media like a hoe?
Thank you. Preach.
Where were you when she was getting dressed?
It don't matter where she was. She went out. That ain't his wife. It don't matter where she was. He the hoe for going on social media and complaining about it. If you got a problem with it, talk to her about it.
At home, my dude.
Teasy, what you got, man?
Hey man, I'm glad Rose said this because I was gonna touch it. They both hoes. That's the only difference I got with Rose. They both hoes to me. Hey, the baby daddy should have never said that on Twitter, social media. You address that in house. But also, if you're in a relationship with someone, I'm just gonna keep it real. Nah, man, you're not supposed to go out the house looking a certain way, especially if your spouse is not okay with that. Like if your man tell you, nah, babe, I don't want you having your ass cheeks out like that. Like I've been to the beach before and I've seen some couples will allow their women to have a thong on the beach. And some couples will be like, nah, man, you need to have the little bottom that cover more of your ass cheeks up or whatever.
Like she had on. Exactly. Like she had on.
That ass was out. That ass was out.
But she had the sheer to cover the ass
She
out.
had underwear on though. She had underwear on.
But did y'all not see? Does that look like it's covered up? That's the ass cheeks.
Okay, that's the nice pic. That's the nice pic.
It's a thong.
You should show us
That's
at
what I'm
first.
saying. That's the ass cheeks, right? I don't understand what y'all seeing.
But you can't even see it though.
I see. I didn't know Keke had cakes like that.
See,
What you talking about?
Think
Oh, you the only one wearing
better than
glasses.
that, nigga.
Yeah,
You ain't even paying attention to Keke Palmer ass.
Exactly. That's not
50 million bitches.
Like,
Think
nah,
about
man.
asses, nigga.
See, he's the only one who wear glasses, and he
Keke,
can see the ass, but y'all can't.
Man,
Everybody gonna
y'all
feel personal about their own shit.
Verteezy and Carl, they still remember her from Nickelodeon and
this.
Disney Channel, so they still fantasize about this whole.
Time out.
Hey, what Raven looks
She working with something. She working with something back
She
then.
looking like
Exactly.
There's
now.
nothing wrong with the outfit. This is my question. So can y'all wives wear that outfit?
Don't worry about that. Mind your business.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
What you
Hey,
want?
mind your
Rose,
business.
I don't want you to talk to me no more. Juice Man, then I'm okay with your opinion then. Because if you telling me your wife can wear that, then I'm cool with that.
That ain't your wife, so why you worried about what she wearing?
If that's your woman, you trying to see as your wife.
And boss, that's not his wife either.
Bro, they engaged.
That's not his wife.
Not anymore.
If you're not showing me you could be my wife, maybe that's the reason why I ain't made you my wife yet.
So what's the problem?
Because once we in a relationship and we committed,
Man,
my opinion should matter for something.
It's one thing, communication. We don't know if they had to talk about this.
But what I'm saying is, look, this is my perspective. Since he went on social media and said something,
Because he a hoe.
time out, I agree with that. But we know he was not okay with it. So my whole thing is, she shouldn't have worn the outfit because her nigga wasn't okay with it. That's my whole thing.
True.
Where was he? How she supposed to know?
I know. I'm with Juice Man. What? I feel like if they're in the same house and he saw her wear that, he should have said something right then and there, like, "Hey, you can't wear that." Yeah. Now I'm assuming that maybe they was in different cities or whatever because they both famous, so he didn't know she wore that.
How they both famous? I don't know this nigga. Who the fuck is her boyfriend?
He's an internet personality apparently.
This nigga ain't shit.
But he's worth a couple million. But
okay. Yeah.
But my point is, like, once that happened or whatever, like he should have addressed it privately. But at the same time, I'm not gonna condone her doing that shit because I feel like you shouldn't let your woman walk out the house like that if you got any respect for yourself.
Bruh. We all 80s, early 90s niggas, right?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, before the internet, before social media, everything, nigga.
What did you do?
Was nothing, nigga. I ain't going on. I'm going to you. Nigga, I got a conflict with you. I'm going to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't going on a fucking Twitter, nigga, nothing, nigga.
Use a hoe.
He's a hoe, man. But going online, talking bullshit about a fucking outfit, nigga, man. And nobody paying attention.
He wanted the clout. Okay. Look,
ain't nobody.
Look at this. Look at this.
The audience,
this is what she been wearing.
The audience can't see that.
She been wearing.
Her ass is not out of them pics.
What?
The titties, but they
titties
out.
Her titties out.
Hey, see,
her titties out.
The picture they captured.
Her titties out.
Hold on, let's go to C's.
And just to wrap it up, man, it's like everybody made their points already. So what much do I have to say? You ran to the internet. I said it 3 episodes in a row. Stop putting all your damn business on the internet.
Because if you want to put it on the internet, nobody's even talking about it. Because
no, that's why people was talking about it. To be real, that people was showing that pic before he said anything.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's like then he ran to the internet and said it at the same time.
No. I got more money than Keke Palmer's daddy, baby daddy. Get that shit right, nigga. But hold on, you talking about a couple mil. This nigga, I should say with this nigga net worth.
At the same time, man,
come see me, baby girl. I got you.
Have some damn respect for your spouse, man. And we're gonna wrap it up on that. And then for the last topic, Bert, go ahead and take it over, bro.
Hey man, speaking of mind-boggling stuff, the Supreme Court ruled down 3 rulings. The Supreme Court rolled down 3 rulings last week. We're going to go by ruling. The first one, they canceled out basically Joe Biden's student forgiveness. I'm going to start with C's. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, it's really a political play because Joe Biden tried to make some promises to people. And, they had the whole pause with the pandemic. Just now, they're going to start in September. It shows you the politics behind what's really going on. With all 3 of these cases, it's a lot of shit going on. I am in the camp that believes that if they would have forgave that loan, a lot of shit economically would have been fucked up. It's a lot of reasons. Do I feel like the Supreme Court should have rejected the shit? Hell no. But it's a conversation that needs to be had, man. It's a lot of bullshit implications that get into it. I want to see what everybody else got to say, though, man. Rose, what you got, bro?
Man, I'm disagreeing with what you said. If they would have forgave them loans, wouldn't nothing go happen because money still go get spent. Because you know what? Because I ain't paying mine. So you can ask somebody else to pay theirs because I ain't paying mine. So Bert Cheesy, what you think about it?
Hey man, student loans been around for a long time. It's significant because this could have been a game changer for those who are going to college right now, and it could have been a game changer for those who have student loans, just like Rose said, man. But my only thoughts is this doesn't change life, man. Like we've been paying student loans like for 20 years. Guess what? We're gonna pay for another 20 years. Hey, MGZ, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, the student loan, man, it's fraud, man. Because, hey, you give me a student loan, give me a business loan, man. I don't want to give me a loan to learn information that I don't need on my job. Man, come on, man. Fraud, man.
Okay, I got tears for this because I felt like they should have went ahead and gave them people their money. Go ahead, and it wasn't like they was paying off the whole student loan. They was only paying off what, 20,000, 25,000.
Yeah, up to that.
Okay, so the people with $100,000 student loan debt, you got $100,000 student loan debt, 25,000, you still owe 7,500, 75,000 K.
Then
Like
they had the whole cases where it was like if you were a federal worker or that type of thing.
they should have forgave all that. They should have
They
forgave all
did.
that.
They did. They if you were a federal worker, they gave like $20,000.
Yeah.
And then Vert, what you got, man?
Man,
You got anything else on that?
nah. With the student loan one, man, I think we covered everything, man. So I will say this: the next Supreme Court case, and I thought this was a game changer. There was a couple went to a bakery. They finna get married for their wedding. They wanted to get a cake. I don't know what they wanted on the cake exactly, but they wanted the wedding for their cake. The baker was like, "Hey, I don't believe in what y'all doing, the sanctity of marriage, so I'm not gonna bake this cake. I'll bake you another cake, but not one for your wedding." They won in the state. They won in the state Supreme Court, but then the Supreme Court overturned that ruling and said that businesses now have the right to discriminate and basically not provide services to people, not based off religious views. I want to make that very clear. This is under the protection of your First Amendment rights. And that's how the gay couple was not allowed to get their case.
So we're talking about what's freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, yes. So, seize.
So for me, man, I ain't really got too many gripes about it because it's gonna come back next year, next election. So it's like I agree with the woman on one point, but at the same time, it's like it is discrimination. So it's like on one hand, it's kind of a tipping scale. And if you want to sit there and say, oh, this opens up the door for other cases of discrimination, they're always going to find some law, some new bill, or some underhanded way to undercut minorities, black people, Indians, whoever, whatever group you want to say discriminated group. They're always going to find some new shit to do. So for this, it's major implications. And this is what I'm saying. This shit was 20 years in the making. That whole PC shit is about to flip. So anything you think like, oh, we're going to this, it's just about to flip. It's about to go back to a lot of the old ways. But specifically this case, man, it's got a lot of implications with it politically and just discriminatory. It's like maybe it shouldn't have gotten that far to the Supreme Court case. So it's like I'm kind of split on that whole shit. It's a lot of layers to it, and it's like it's a whole lot to break down, man. Rose, what you got, man?
Go ahead, M. Jeezy.
Hey man, I got
I'll go ahead and get it. You doing something else, ain't you?
no.
You got it? Go ahead, M. Jeezy.
You know, but your sexual preference or what you like, it you know that. Hey, how can I discriminate against that? But you know that's what you like. If that's the information you putting out there, hey, who cares what they think about you, bruh? You know that's what you. But I can't control my skin tone.
Yeah.
I can't control, my hair growth. You know what I'm saying? Or nappy head niggas. You know what I'm saying? Cotton picking niggas. You know, that's discrimination because we have no control over what we like, or what we appear like
Yeah.
in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Skin tone, hey, this is my parents, right? It's hereditary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can make you can't make me. I can make a white man. A white man can't make me. So it's like, hey, what's going on here, dog?
And it's like real quick on the flip side, it's like, why didn't you just go to another baker? That's another question. She refused to do it. Why sue her? If she told you she didn't want to do the cake, why are you spending your money on somebody that's discriminating against you? That's another question.
Go to somebody else.
That's why I always say that's one of the reasons why we named our podcast No More Black Tears. And that's the reason why I always promote black businesses and supporting your people, no matter what color skin you have. You're supposed to support your people. Go to somebody that look. If she would have went to somebody, or he would have went to somebody, or them would have went to somebody that looked like them, or had the same feelings and thoughts of them, it would have been no problem. And then they would have spent their money with them. But when you're trying to go to people and spend your money with people that don't like you, why are you spending money with them? And then this is the outcome that's going to happen. As far as the Supreme Court, I don't care what they do because I'm still gonna do what I do, and that's me. And I'm gonna be me, and anybody else can, and they're supposed to be them. So, Vertiza, you got any last thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so to touch on what you just said about go to people like them, I don't know the city you are. There might not be no gay people who bake cakes. There may be multiple people who discriminate against people who don't bake cakes. I don't know that full.
I know Publix bake cakes. I know Food Line bake cakes. Bilo bake cakes.
Yeah, but I don't know the quality of them cakes compared to an actual baker.
Hey, I had a baker bake my my twins' graduation cake, and it was whack. It was a black lady. I wanted to support her, but what I should have went to Sam's, and when they got the cake, it would have been a lot cheaper, and it would have tasted better.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you never know, man, because like, you know, we take it to black businesses. Hey, there's not always black businesses for what you want. But I will say this, man. I remember this quote when I was younger, and it was basically talking about the Jews, but I took it personally. And it said when they came into the Austrians, I didn't say nothing. When they came into the Hungarians, I didn't say nothing. When they came and took this group of people, I didn't say nothing. Who will be left when they come and take me? I just feel like as people, whenever someone's discriminated against, and me as a black man, I don't want to see no one discriminated against. You hear the stuff we talk about the podcast. I feel like that community is too sensitive. There are times where they say they're discriminated against, and I feel like they're just tripping. But as a black man, and I know how easy it is to discriminate against people and be discriminated against, and with this being the Supreme Court ruling, which then leads to other future rulings, me knowing that you're not using religious reasons why you deny them the cake.
Like I said, it's opening up the door.
You use freedom speeches, which means
it's gonna open up the door.
Which means there could be a white people in Augusta who say, "Oh, I don't give black people cakes."
Yeah, who cares though?
You know,
go somewhere else.
I care.
Go somewhere else. Make your own cake.
I care because of the fact of I don't want to see people discriminated against because too many people have fought.
But guess what? You know
died and worked so that we could get rights where we're treated like everyone else.
And guess what? They go discriminated with the law, without the law. It don't even matter.
Let me tell you, Dr. King said this, man. The laws
and they killed him.
The laws cannot change the hearts of people, but it can change people's actions. So yes, there may be white people in America that still hate black people and gay people today, but guess what? You don't hear about stories like in the 80s of gay people being stoned to death for just walking with their loved ones. And you don't hear stories every day.
Yeah, we do.
I'm talking about every day. Every day of black people just being hung in trees in Mississippi and Alabama. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen to black people. What I'm saying is the stuff that happened 20, 30 years ago cannot happen because of these laws we have. And when the Supreme Court starts overturning stuff, I'm just saying, man, we as black people, we being the most discriminated minority in this country.
We are.
We need to be sensitive when we see other groups lose their rights.
We don't need to be sensitive when other groups lose their rights.
When they lose their rights,
we need to be sensitive about our rights.
Because when they
that's what's wrong with us now.
No, when they lose their rights,
that's what's wrong with us now.
That opens up the door for us to lose our rights too.
That's what's wrong with us now because we always worry about everybody else instead of worry about ourselves. We need to be worried about ourselves, making our own things and doing our own thing instead of worry about everybody else.
That's right. We got to come together. We got to come together.
We do got to come together. But when we lose our rights, who's to say? You say go to a black business, we lose our rights to.
No, I didn't say go to a. I said we because we're black, so we should go to black businesses.
But I'm just saying because we're black. Who's to say they don't eventually pass a law using this law where we can't even have black businesses?
Come on,
it's already hard for us to get black businesses because how hard it is for a black person to get a loan in America?
Very hard.
Very hard.
So, like, I'm just saying, when you see Supreme Court rulings, those rulings lead to other stuff down the road.
You're right.
It does lead to other stuff. It does.
And you're right in that way.
But like I said, we don't need to be worried about other. You said we need to be more sensitive to other people.
We do.
No, we shouldn't. No, we don't.
Because we can't let their rights be taken away.
No, we don't.
Fuck that.
Because, no, we don't. We need to worry about ourselves.
Because if we say, oh, you can take their rights away as long as I have mine, then my rights can be taken away next week.
Okay. So what we talking about? Some gays, right?
Yes.
Okay. How come their fight is stronger than our fight?
Because we fighting with them.
Exactly.
Everybody
but everybody ain't fighting with the blacks.
Exactly.
And it's not everybody. Come on, man. Like, look at it like this. You just bought a cup, right? Did that black man make that cup? Do that dollar you spent go back to the black man? No. That's the problem now. Our dollar goes to everybody else. It goes to the Chinese. It goes to Japan. It goes to Taiwan. It goes to the white man. But it don't go back in our communities. It don't go back to another black man. Think about it. White man money 16 times. He every time he spends his dollar, it's gonna stay in his pocket because he's spending with another white man. A Latino 5 times. An Asian, what's the number on the Asian?
It's getting higher.
It's like 11.
Yeah.
But a black man, as soon as you get that dollar, guess what? It's gone and you never see it again because you spent it with a white man, a China man, or an Indian man. It don't go back. It don't go back in our communities. It don't go back in our peoples. So what? We fucked up. We gotta do better. We gotta start spending with our people. We gotta stay with our people. We gotta get together, unite, and start doing more businesses with each other so we can start thriving. We ain't thriving yet. We ain't there yet.
That's right. So let's go to the
And
third one.
And then just to wrap it up, man, it's like I said, it's gonna lead to bigger implications.
You said that already. Let's go to
They're
the
always
third
gonna
one.
find something, but
Let's go to the third one.
find one. Let's go, man.
Hey, so speaking of discrimination, man, the Supreme Court, the last and third big ruling they had the previous week, schools like Harvard and Yale, basically all college institutions, but those in particular, can no longer have affirmative action as a reason why they admit people in the admissions process. So just because you're Black, Native American, Hispanic, or whatever, they cannot basically leave an admission for you because you're that. So now basically everyone's on the same playing field. I say that in quotations, by the way.
Quote unquote, air quotes.
So with that being said, man, Juice Man, seeing how three of us have college degrees, what you think about that?
No. We got
It's never been a even playing field, man. If it's by race, by economic value, it's never been equal to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say it's equal? To anything.
Okay, so you say once again, how I feel about we on affirmative action or what we on?
We on affirmative action.
For college admissions.
It's going to go to other spots. So affirmative action is going to go to jobs. It's going to go to other. It will start to lead to other stuff. But how I say about that, fuck Harvard, fuck Yale. It's like if you don't want me in because I'm Black, oh well, I'm not getting in. I've been kicked out of white schools before. It happened to me. Like it's like, oh, you trying to be too Black in this white school, we gotta let you go. It happens. Guess what you do? You go to another school. And guess what? Some schools are better than other schools and they smaller because what's they gonna teach you? How to get the money. Because college can't teach you how to get the money. All college does teach you how to work for another person. And who's that other person? Usually it's a white man. So why the fuck I didn't learn how to work for the white man? Why can't you teach me how to make my money and make my money work for me and build my community up? Come on. Like I don't have no tears for that at all. No tears.
It's no school like that. HBCU funded by who? The white man.
Yeah.
God
Come
damn.
on, man.
Even the Black schools funded by the
What
white
do we
man?
have here? Nothing.
Hey, so for me personally, I look at it like this. There's so many people who wouldn't have even had the opportunity to go to college. Like we're talking about the big universities, but there's so many people who have had the opportunity to go to college if not for affirmative action. Because so many of these colleges paved the way using that quote unquote, loophole to leave spots open for underprivileged people who wouldn't have had those opportunities. Then when you go to the bigger schools, I look at it like Yale, Harvard, Notre Dame. So many of those institutions have legacies. Like 4, 5 of them generations that went there, so they pretty much guarantee you the spot. Then you have people who have money and they pay for their kids and grandkids to go there, and that's a travesty. And something that me and MJ was talking about, the thing that I really want to discuss when it comes to this is, and you kind of touched on it, Juice Man. Man, why the fuck? And I mean that literally. Why the fuck does it matter that my piece of paper says Harvard and your piece of paper says UGA versus Savannah State, Valdosta, or Jacksonville State? If we got the same degree for the same stuff, we should have learned the same course material. It shouldn't matter that I got an engineering degree from Jacksonville State and you got yours from UCLA. because you went to that. Both of them are accredited
They
universities.
look at how much you paid for it.
Both
how
of
they
them are
look at it.
accredited universities. Both of them have legit professors. And this is my issue with college in general is the fact of you got to go to a Pacific college to get a Pacific piece of paper to be viewed a certain way. And the problem is too many brown and black people are in situations where those universities would never look at them. Never look at them. Even if you have the grades, the extracurriculums, we need a fighting chance to compete with someone who has 5 legacies at Yale or 5 legacies at UCL. We need someone like, oh, my auntie was a Kappa, my mom was a Kappa, my grandma was a Kappa. Like, we need somebody, we need a fighting chance to basically go to these universities and be like, hey, I want to attend here, I want to compete here. And that's how I feel about affirmative action.
I think this how it's going right now. I think this how they looking at it, the Supreme Court. If you got the money to go there, guess what? You can go there. It's that simple. If you got the grades and the money now, you can go there. They don't need affirmative action because they don't care if you're black or white. That's how they're trying to portray this.
And my final thoughts on that is this. Juiceman, I'm cool with that. Because I don't give a fuck about, people going to Yale and Harvard. What I care is this. You use the name on that degree to decide how you're going to hire people. I go to a job interview.
Right.
And I basically got a 4-point GPA at Savannah State. This person got a 3.5, but they went to UGA. We both got an engineering degree.
UGA.
And you hire this person from UGA.
All day.
Not because they have extracurricular activities. Not because they did the interview better. Just because they went to a school. And you don't understand that, guess what? When I went to Savannah State, I had to work 2 jobs. I had to, and I couldn't afford a laptop. And I didn't have the means to basically, just go to school and just study. I had to be more than just a student. And that's my issue when we talk about these schools and these degrees.
And I feel you.
And for me, man, it's really...
And the white folks don't give a fuck.
For me, it's really an issue of what's next. If we look at affirmative action going just college, next is going to be jobs. They're going to overturn.
There you go.
It was a big reason why affirmative action was needed. And then we speak about legacy. Legacy is one of the biggest problems. That's really the problem with student loans also. Why is it your granddaddy, your daddy, your mama, and your auntie all went to the same school? You getting off of not merit, not your grades, just somebody else donated
a lot
of money. But then when it goes to, when you look at the school specifically, they look at schools like Yale, there's a show called Suits on that show. And this is real life too. They only hired law students from Harvard. There's specific pipelines like that.
It's funny because I know people that went to Harvard. I know black folks that went to Harvard and graduated. Guess what they doing?
It's about the pedigree.
They smoking and they drinking and they working a dead-end job.
But that's dumb though. Most people, they're going for the network and the pedigree. That's why people want to go to Harvard or Yale or Carnegie or Berkeley, UC Berkeley and UCLA.
I feel you, but it's funny how they get that. It's funny how they get the degree.
And it's also funding. It's the funding. These schools have biggest endowments. Another big problem is, why is Harvard one of the biggest trust funds on the stock market in the world? Why they got so much? They're out here running like a trust fund. They make more money. So, I mean, it's a big issue, but the next step is going to be jobs. They're going to be like, all right,
you're right.
if you get on merit, you get on the school. You get on the school on merit, just merit alone. You got the best grades. But now they don't have to. You had agents talking about, oh, I didn't get into Harvard because they had to have more Indians and they had to have more Asian or more black people. Now they throw it out the window. If every school actually did what they really said they're gonna do, I guarantee you there's a whole lot of blacks, Hispanics that deserve that scholarship to go to Harvard, Yale, whatever school they want to go to. But this is like we said,
as they got the bread there, I feel like they should go.
All 3 of these cases gonna lead to some bigger shit, and it's all political. A lot of this shit, you're gonna see it in the next election. All this shit got to do with Congress, Supreme Court. It's all like the way the branches are set up. It all feeds into each other, and it's gonna be bigger implications for all this shit.
Hey, yo, it's been a great episode. Hey, any parting thoughts from MGZ?
Everything been cool, man. But a lot of race topics that y'all talk about, I can't relate to because both my parents foreign to this country and they didn't have the same experiences. And so I was raised in the U.S. military, so I didn't have my first experiences until I moved to the South and seen black and white and the different race type shit. So but in general, man, it was a good cast, man. I love everybody, man. I eat for life. Man. We're gonna live together, man.
Hey,
Forever.
Juice, man.
What it do? Uh, yeah, I didn't get to touch on it, but I feel like the man and the woman that got abused by the police. Hey, we got to start fighting back. And I love y'all to death. Y'all stay up.
Hey, C's.
Hey man, pay attention to what you eating. Pay attention to the news. Elections coming up. Pay attention to all this shit going on.
And the weather, Eric B and Raquel. Peace.
And I'm back